Hi, this is Eric Martin with BoardGameGeek. I'm here with Eric Martin Lang from Cool Mini or Not, at least for now, for this game.
Don Eric.
Don Eric. Talking about The Godfather from Cool Mini or Not.
Godfather, the board game.
Okay.
Making sure the...
Yes.
This is a big box board game from Cool Mini or Not, and it has cool minis. In fact, there's stuff in here that we can show you.
Oh.
With art by Karl Kapinski, I got to shout out because Karl Kapinski's amazing. I wanted to work with him for a long, long time.
Do we need to do more intro before we open the box?
No, Karl Kapinski, he's awesome.
Okay.
And that's Marlon Brando, and that's a cat.
That's good. That's some whiskey.
Right.
We had that yesterday.
So again, major caveat, this is all my really crappy prototype.
That's right. Carl is not responsible for this.
No, oh my God, no. No, please forgive me. So this, even this version, I've updated the board since here, so don't take this as gospel, people, but we're close. And
it's all about giving you an idea of what's coming.
Exactly right. And we're using Blood Rage figures, that'll tell you. So
you just have those lying around.
Right,
so,
exactly right. So the premise of The Godfather is it's a mafia game, of course, right? It's the quintessential mafia game. The gameplay takes place over 5 acts over the course of Don Corleone's life, from the beginning to, spoiler alert, and then each act, players are the heads of the other mafia families. They're paying tribute to the Don, and of course they want to be the next after. Spoiler alert. So, you guys are going to have cool thugs that do not resemble Vikings at all. Every player is going to have 2 thugs.
Okay.
And they're also going to have a Don, and they're going to have 2 other family members they can unlock later. The games have cool tiles that represent businesses that are opening up in New York. The final map actually has more printed businesses up here. So imagine these are really cool tiles with much cooler art than what I put in. So at the beginning of the game, there's a randomized setup with some businesses that are going to come up. And imagine that there were more printed ones here.
Right. And
so the way I describe this game, it's a thug placement game.
Okay.
With murder and intrigue. It's another family game. So
yeah, you don't know my family.
Right? You don't know my family at all. I hate to have something happen to the family you don't know. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. So that's the meeting that I had, I had a meeting with Cool Mini, and they were like, well, we got a Godfather game. And all after I heard it was like, whack, 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 whack. It's mine. I don't know who you had designing it. It's mine. I'm taking it.
I was going to ask, do you know about how they acquired the license? Obviously, IDW and Pandasaurus has Godfather games of their own.
I have no idea. I just make games.
They gave you the opportunity. They said, we got this.
And I was like, I can't refuse.
There you go.
So, as far as I know, I've looked at the other 2. This is a different game. This is the board game, right?
Okay.
Dudes on a map, thugs on a map.
Okay.
These are actually even going to be cool minis, plastic.
Okay.
They're just using little police cars.
That's good.
So the game is about money, right? The most money wins. Of course, it's a mafia game. So, and money is the only thing that matters. So we have a number of bills here. The game has a no change policy. You must always take exactly the money that you're instructed to, and you also have to pay money to make money. The game's also going to come with cool little suitcases that you get to put your money in to bribe to bribe officials for better bonuses later on. The key is though that you have to manage your hand very carefully, because money and illegal goods and contracts, they all occupy spaces in your hand. Okay. And at the end of each act, you have to pay the Don a tribute down to a maximum hand size. Okay. So if you hold on to too much money, which is, that's how you win, it's going to block you from getting your mafia engine running. So.
But it is also just physical components.
It is physical. And
so a hand of 2s is the same as a hand of 1s when you're comparing at the end.
Exactly right.
So don't have the 1s.
Well, yeah, but sometimes you
that's what you get.
Right, but sometimes you have to use your money to get stuff, and most payment is done in cards.
Okay.
Not so like you want to keep some low bills to make payments, but you want to keep higher bills to take less slots in your hand. It's a bit of a management thing going on.
Okay.
So generally, I'm going to go a little broad, just because compared to the
That's
real
right.
stuff that I've
There will
seen,
be more details coming.
I
later.
am not impressed by my own graphic design. So there, in each phase, everybody's going to they're going to place a thug on a business to shake it down, to get the cool thing that's from it. They're going to either gain new contracts, or they're going to take illegal goods, or they're going to take a suitcase action, which takes money from the bank and puts it in your suitcase to bribe an official later for cool new powers, which take up slots in your hand. But there you go.
Okay.
May I say, the first player token is a horse head, of course.
If you're doing a minis game for the Godfather, there'd better be a horse head.
Of course, dude. So, and the key is like this is the thug placement part. Thugs shake down businesses for stuff, but your Don and your other family members, they influence regions here, and they actually lend their influence to all the regions that they're touching. So this guy's going to actually influence this one and this one. Your Don gets the back business. So each business has a front. And they also have the real business in the back. Okay. So the thugs shake down the front part of the business. The Don gets the back end of every business that he goes into that's he's touching. Central Park has a permanent suitcase action. Now,
if you have multiple Dons?
So you only have one Don.
No, but if I have one and you have one...
If somebody else played Don here,
area?
But this area is different, right? This one's going to actually take the east side and Bloomington, so this Don's actually going to get here and here. This Don's going to get here and here and here.
Right. So are we fighting over the same territory?
So you are eventually. So first you're going to place your guys and put your stuff in, and then there's going to be turf war.
Okay.
Of course, turf war. After that, you're going to count your influence on every area. Thugs and Dons are going to get together, and each area that you have the most influence in, you are going to get to put an ownership marker on there.
Okay.
That's your turf.
Okay.
And in the future, anybody who shakes down businesses, well, you're going to get that same stuff too.
Okay.
And the Don also recognizes the turfosity of each player, and is going to give a reward for the player with the single most turf at the end of each round. So you got to manage that.
Okay.
Then finally, the suitcase money that you stuck in your suitcase through the
for bribes.
Yeah, for the bribes. You actually then get to place one extra card in your suitcase, and then you're going to bribe. Now, unfortunately, I don't have this. I left this at the hotel room. Sorry, guys. You have cool abilities. You have cool abilities from like the police chief and the union boss and the mayor that you can buy. You can buy cool bonuses from. Everybody's going to open their suitcase, reveal them, and whoever bid the most is going to get their first pick of the power that they want to get. Okay. And they're not all even, right? So you want to bid the most. There's always one less power than the number of players, so the person's in last place gets nothing, but they get to keep the money in their suitcase.
Okay. Which they may have wanted to get rid of.
They may have wanted. You're exactly right. Exactly right. And then you got to pay tribute to the Don, discard down to your hand size. Stakes go up, new powers come up. The turf war goes on, it escalates until Don Corleone, spoiler alert. and the game is over. You count your money. All the other stuff you've collected then is worth nothing. Most money wins.
Okay.
I love this it's the kind of game you come to expect from me, right? There's all the stuff I love about games. There's loving games. There's like tight action control. There's a little area control, but there's also the contracts give you cool powers. Like so, there's a little bit of nastiness in here too. I mean, some of the contracts let you do drive-by shootings and kill somebody and knock them into the river, because that's when you die. By the way, you go face down into the river. Sorry.
Okay.
But don't worry, you get your guys
You're sailing
back.
to Valhalla.
You have to pay cards to fish them back out of the river. You won't lose them permanently.
Okay.
I'm attacking you directly in the wallet.
Okay.
Because remember, you're a Don of a mafia, and everything boils down to how much money it's worth to you.
Right. All right.
Those are the generals. We're on the final stages of fine tuning and polishing. We got to put the rest of the playtest cycles in here and make sure that it's like. Mwah.
Okay. All right.
And Q3.
Good. Which means nothing.
2016. No, Q3 means third quarter.
No, I know what Q3 means.
Q3.
Yes.
It's a gang sign.
But it sounds like you just say it.
But I do.